Hello Primary 3, I welcome everybody. This is Teacher Katumba Sam teaching you mathematics. So please pay attention so that you can understand what I'm going to explain. In our previous lesson, we are looking at addition of fractions. This time we are going to look at subtraction. Subtraction of fractions. We are going to look at subtraction of fractions. We are going to look at subtraction of what? Of fractions. Let's have an example. Let's have examples. Examples concerning subtraction. Now, this time we are going to use diagrams. We are going to use what? Diagrams when we are subtracting fractions. For example, so this one we are having 1, 2, that is 1, 2, this is 3. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 3. This one is 3/5. The shaded part is 3/5. You remember what we said when we are talking of shaded parts? This is 3/5. So we are taking away one part. One part. We are taking away this one. This one, we are taking away that one. So when we take away the one part, 1 out of the 5 parts, we are taking away 1. So we are remaining with 1, 2. The shaded one, these ones are not counted. We only count the shaded parts. We had 3 shaded parts, 1, 2, 3. And now we are taking away 1 shaded part from the 3. So what are we remaining with? 1, 2. So our answer this time is 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5. So that is subtraction. That is one example. Example 2. They can still tell you to subtract. Subtract 3/4, take away 2/4. If you are to use diagram, we shall draw our diagram. We shall have to draw our diagram. And this time we have divided into 4. We are going to divide into 4 parts. Because now we are following the denominator. There are 4 parts. So they are telling you 3 out of the 4 parts. This is 3. So these are 3 parts out of 4. And now they are telling you to subtract 2 out of the 4. 2, the shaded ones, this one is not counted. We only deal with the shaded parts. We only deal with the shaded parts. So we shall subtract 2. 1, 2. What are we remaining with? We are remaining, when we take away 2 out of the 4, so we are remaining with 1 part, only 1 shaded part. So our answer is 1 out of 4. That is the answer. But now what you shouldn't forget is that we only deal with the shaded parts, regardless of this. This one is not counted. We are counting on the shaded parts. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 parts. The shaded part is 3 out of 4. And now we are subtracting 2 parts. This is 1, this is 2. And now we are remaining with 1. So when we subtract 3 quarters minus 2 quarters, we shall remain with only one part out of the 4 parts. And that is it. So that is it. Let's have another example. Another example. This time we have, they can still tell you to subtract. That is 5, 7. Take away 1, 7. So what do we do? What we do is to draw our diagram. We shall draw our diagram like that. And now when we are dividing these ones in 2 parts, we shall follow the denominator. We shall follow the denominator. And we shall divide it into 7 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we are having, in the first instance, they are telling you to shade 5 parts. So we are shading 5 parts. Those are 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 out of 7. And now they are telling you to subtract 1. Only 1. Subtract only 1 part. And this is 1 part. How many shaded parts do we remain with? So we need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 parts are remaining. So here we shall say 1 out of 7. Our answer is 4 out of 7. So that's how we can deal with it when we are using diagrams. However, we can also do it without using diagrams, like what we did in addition when we are adding. We can do it without using diagrams. Let's have an example. So this is example 3. This is example 4. Subtract. This is 3/8. Take away 2/8. So what do we do? This is what we do. We shall say 3/8. Take away 2/8. Now, how do we get rid of that? how do we get rid of that? We shall do it like what we did in addition. We shall only deal with numerators, and we maintain the denominator. We shall deal with numerators and we maintain the denominator. So we shall say 3 take away 2. You maintain the denominator. You maintain the lower number. And our answer therefore is going to be, our answer is 1 out of 8, which is 1/8. 1/8. So once you are subtracting, you only deal with numerators or the upper numbers. You take away the upper numbers and then the denominator remains the same. However, don't write both. Don't write both. You only write one to represent the other because they are the same. You get it? So you only write one to represent the other. So you should take special note of that. Let's have one more example. One more example. One more example. That is the subtract 5/10, take away 3/10. 5/10 take away 3/10. So what do we do? This is what we do. 5/10 take away 3/10. So what we shall do is still to maintain the lower number, the denominator. We shall maintain the what? The denominator, and then the upper number will be dealt with. We are subtracting the upper numbers. So it is 5 take away 3 out of 10. This will give us 5 take away 3. We are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are taking away 3. So we are remaining with 2. So it is 2 out of 10. Or still better, we may call it 2/10. 2/10. And that is how we can deal with the subtraction of fractions. You can use diagrams to calculate a number or to find a fraction. You can use this calculation method. If you don't use diagrams, you can use this method. So that is how we can deal with the subtraction of fractions. So you can wait for an activity. But don't forget to do what? Don't forget to show the proper working. So wait for an activity.